Hello, Tungol family and friends. My name is Renato Tungol, Principal Attorney at Tungol. Happy 4th of July Independence Day weekend.
And I'm Kristine Tungol Cabagnot, the other half of this father-daughter team at Tungol Law. Now, as we celebrate our great nation's independence, we also acknowledge that these are difficult times, from the pandemic to stricter immigration regulations.
That is why we have launched these Tungol webinars to bring to you the latest news in immigration law. We are focusing U.S. immigration law and updates. And while we are licensed attorneys in good standing, the information we are presenting contain our opinions and should not be taken as the final legal advice.
Each immigration case is unique, so while the information we bring you might be helpful and accurate, we highly advise that you consult with a reputable immigration attorney in good standing for further information on your particular case.
Today, we will focus on 3 immigration topics: the President Proclamation that suspends approval of certain working visas until the end of 2020, and the 2 landmark U.S. Supreme Court decisions regarding asylum and DACA.
And we are going to look at updates on agencies, immigration agencies regarding USCIS, asylum immigration courts, U.S. Embassies restricted public hours during this pandemic, and so much more.
Our topic number 1 is about Presidential Proclamation 10014. President Donald Trump signed the Presidential Proclamation 10014 on June 22, 2020. This suspends approval and entry of non-immigrant workers under the H-1B, H-2B, J, and L status along with their spouses and children, effective June 24, 2020 until December 31, 2020. Current holder of said immigration status when this proclamation took effect are not subject to the ban. This pertains to those current visa holders who were inside the United States or even traveling abroad when the proclamation took effect. There are some exceptions to this proclamation, such as certain healthcare professionals, EB-5 investor visa, and several more. Refer to the link below for more details.
For topic number 2, we look at 2 U.S. Supreme Court landmark cases regarding immigration just recently. On June 25th, 2020, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled regarding asylum, handing the Trump administration a major victory when it ruled 7-2 that asylum seekers whose claims are initially denied by immigration officials have no right to a hearing before a judge. This decision authorizes fast-track deportations for asylum seekers who cannot initially prove to immigration officials that they have a credible fear of persecution in their country of origin in order to proceed with the full asylum process. If asylum seekers fail to prove this credible fear to an initial interviewing officer, they could be deported without making their case in an immigration court in front of an immigration judge. See the link below for more information regarding this asylum ruling.
For topic number 2B, it is about Supreme Court DACA ruling. Another landmark U.S. Supreme Court ruling saved the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program for now. In a very narrow 5-4 split decision, with Chief Justice John Roberts breaking the tie with his vote, the court rejected the Trump's administration to dismantle DACA. DACA is the program protecting hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants who were brought to this country as children. The court remands this case to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to resolve future problems, and ultimately to Congress for passing immigration reforms. Read the full article on our Tungol website below.
Moving on to our agency updates, we'll first take a look at USCIS and asylum offices. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, or USCIS, field offices and asylum offices have resumed non-emergency face-to-face services to the public on June 4th, 2020. However, as with COVID-19 precautions, those who have symptoms or who have come in contact with COVID-19 positive or suspected positive patients are barred from entering the office. Visitors also cannot enter without appointments, and those with appointments can only enter 15 minutes prior to the time of appointment or 30 minutes prior to the naturalization ceremony. For more on this policy update, refer to the link below.
For the Department of Agency updates, the U.S. Department of State has not released any official dates of when the U.S. embassies and consulates will reopen. Emergency services are available and by appointment only. If you have already paid the MRV visa fee, the machine-readable visa fee, that is valid for up to 1 year of the date of payment, you will find emergency contact information and links to important websites on the link below. For the Department of Justice Immigration Courts update, immigration court hearings will resume on July 20, 2020, so long as public health and safety protocols are in place by that time. Immigration courts will adhere to CDC safety regulations when they resume operations. Those with a scheduled court hearing will receive notices 15 days prior to new hearing date. In the meantime, continue to check on your case status in English and Spanish on the link below with contact information. My dear friends, we have reached the end of our presentation. So there you have it, our 3 top immigration issues. We hope you found the information helpful.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on our next Tungol Law webinar. Please check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and of course our website, tungolaw.com.
Have a safe and happy July 4th celebration. Until next time, we wish you good health and sound spirit.